Hello, I am Bigby. I haven't done anything social media related besides posting a couple pictures of what I've been up to or the results of what I've been up to. But I think it's appropriate to share my progress on my journey. I'm currently on either week 7 or 8. I'm already losing track of time of working out and training daily towards my goal of becoming a part of the national basketball team of Mexico, and in the journey maybe even joining the Real Madrid basketball team. I've considered during these 7 to 8 weeks to even make a video called "I Suck at Basketball" about 3 times, just the first after 3 weeks, uh, just because I was playing pickup and I kept missing, even though I practiced so much, and I was like, oh, I feel, and I wanted to like vent my feelings towards working diligently on something over 3 weeks, something that I love, sweating so much or something that I love. Like literally, I could take off my shirt after practice and after playing pickup, twist it, and sweat will just drip out. I would give my all, and apparently make no progress, which bothered me. But then, let me just raise this a little bit. I'm preparing breakfast. I multitask. This is my beard I've been growing since October 8th. Today is December 8th or 9. Where's my... Hold on. It's over there. I'm not gonna check. But yeah. I've made the sort of vow, even though it's not really a vow, of not shaving until I can dunk, just to keep myself serious, because even though I don't look that bad right now in frame for some reason, I don't like the way I look with an unkempt beard. But yeah, back to the real topic, which is my progress in basketball. On the 4th week, I actually finally started making progress in basketball. It got to a point where the 2 times that I played pickup on the 4th week, it felt that the team that I was on was the team that won always, and it wasn't just because of me. Of course, I had good teammates, but compared to before, where I was like the weakest link, it felt like I was actually quite a strong link now, and I felt very glad about it. Then I think on the 5th or 6th week, I got another bad not weekend. And but that didn't last long. I had another good week. I felt like I was recovering my speed from back when I played in high school on defense, my lateral speed, which was I need to do this. I'm not used to recording myself at all or even taking pictures. But yeah, I need to raise higher. Like if this was a layup, I need to extend my arm. But anyways, I felt like I was finally recovering my speed, and I was very glad about it, because that was one of the things I missed the most when I was getting back into the game. I was like, my legs, they're not as fast. Like I feel heavy. I cannot react fast enough, not because I don't know what to do, but because my body's not fast enough to react. Because I can see what they're about to do. I know what to do, but I physically cannot do it. My legs either feel heavy or stiff or just slow, plain slow. And I was finally recovering that. And then I fell. I've fallen and pick up multiple times. But this one last Monday, actually, today is Thursday. No, actually 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago, Monday. I don't want to do math, but 2 weeks ago, uh, on a Monday, I was playing pickup and I fell twice. Once was entirely my fault. Like I accidentally made a defensive foul, and the offense just ran through me and knocked me down, which is fine. I got up no problem. That was on the court, on the hardwood court. But then we had to leave the hardwood court, so we were just playing pickup on a basket that was outside the gym. There's not a court, there's no paint, there's no 3-point line. It's just concrete and a bunch of trees, you know. And I don't know exactly how I fell. I don't know if I tripped, if my leg got tangled up amongst the other legs because it was really crowded because it's not a full court, or something. But I was going for a loose ball, and I just felt my body being like, "Yo, you're not staying up. You're going down." And I went down, and I got up quickly and all that. But I felt like not a pinch, but rather like a knot. I felt like a knot in my calf, my left calf, which I've never injured. I've never injured my left leg at all. It's always been right leg injuries with me, which is weird for me to have a left leg injury. And I got up and I was like, okay, we'll play one more. And I was trying to guard, and that speed that I worked so hard to recover was now gone. It just hurt. I just couldn't move. I'm like, okay, it's because today. Fine. Next day I tried some stuff. I took it easy. It still hurt, but apparently I could do the basics. So okay, I was doing my regular routine on Wednesday then, and I couldn't do it as fast anymore. I couldn't do it without pain, but I could do it. I'm like, as soon as I recover, I'm gonna be able to go back to full speed. I thought I was gonna fully recover by next Monday because I just kept feeling better, and I didn't. I'm still 2 weeks after. It still hurts. I'm going for a massage later on the day because I have a lot of pain. There's a lot of stuff that I cannot do. Yesterday I did a light version of my daily routine, like my training routine. And even that brought me pain. Basically, what I did yesterday was everything besides jumping and running. I didn't run. I didn't jump. I just worked on my dribbling skills, like walking, a few strength exercises, even my warm up, which I removed the running from the warm up. I was no longer even jogging. I was just walking backwards to prepare my muscles. And even that, like, I felt the strain. Like, I feel like I'm getting worse. That's where I'm going with this. I feel like pushing through the pain to keep working on the same routine without any modifications daily has maybe put too much strain on the injury. So I'm right now, this week 7, week 8, I'm gonna focus on recovery. I already even asked ChatGPT a few recovery suggestions, considering the lack of resources I have. And we'll see how that goes. Today's day one of the ChatGPT suggestions. Among a few stretches that I wasn't doing before, like I cannot even. I gotta. This may be TMI, but just to show you where I'm at, I gotta clip my toenails, but I can't physically. I literally can't because I cannot bring my leg close enough to where I can actually see my toenails, like properly, to not cut to not clip too much and whatnot. So that's the level of pain I'm at. That's the level of injury I have. Do with what, do with that what you will. I'm sorry, I haven't spoken English in quite a while. At least not to this extent, like a full-on monologue. It's mostly been just short bursts in conversations with my cousins. So I apologize for stuttering, for mispronunciation, for accent slip-ups and whatnot. But yeah. Anyway, my shooting fell off. I was progressively getting better at shooting the first 4 weeks. Week 5, I started going down because I started ignoring shooting a little bit on my routine. I started cutting my routine short on the shooting part because I was like, I just need to shoot a little bit to make sure I'm still there and I'll be good, because I need to leave. Like, I needed to actually leave the vicinity to get early, to get to the pickup runs. And my shooting got worse. So I added a shooting session to my day, and I started feeling a lot more confident in my shot again. But due to weather conditions and where I'm at geographically, I am cutting out that section of my day for a bit, because the wind is making the ball, whenever I miss, and even when I don't miss, like as soon as it hits the floor, it's starting to catch a lot of speed due to the wind and goes to the right. And as it does that, it bounces higher than it usually does when there is no wind, which means that nearly, like, I went from the ball never going over the wall, the fence, the wall, whatever you want to call it, in my backyard, in like 6 months, a year, something like that. Like, and when it did, it only happened twice before. It was because I was shooting poorly, and since, and this entire year, it never happened once. It only almost happened once because I was shooting poorly, but then because I've gotten so much better at shooting, it started happening less and less. But now, due to the weather, it's not even about me anymore, because even though I feel like I'm getting better, I make swishes more consistently, I can shoot from further away and whatnot. The wind, I can literally see the ball go like this and then to the right. So I know for a fact that it's not even me. I look at those shots as frustrating, not because it didn't go in, but because I don't know how much I had to do with it not going in. The wind made sure that it didn't go in, but hey, was it actually gonna go in without the wind? I don't know. I have no way of knowing. That frustrates me because it stops me from getting better. I'm like, this shot felt right, but was it actually right? I'm not at the point where I can just focus on my mechanics without seeing the result and being like, oh, okay, like, it worked. There. Okay. As I said, I'm making breakfast. This is not a video made for views. This is a video for the future. Maybe I'll look at this in 10 years and be like, damn, that's how we started. That's some of what I had to go through, and now I'm here. Okay. Okay. So I'm actually gonna go in like an hour or two to I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what it's called in English, but it's a store where I can buy metal stuff. I don't know what it's called in English, but I'm gonna buy a chain link. Well, not gonna buy. I'm gonna ask the price. I'm gonna check the prices on chain link fences. Just to save up because I'm broke. That's part of it. That's part of the struggle. I'm just broke. I don't have a job. And 90% of the jobs out there are either gonna straight up make it not possible for me to keep up with my daily routine towards my goals, or they just, I don't know. I'm kind of blanking right now. I haven't eaten breakfast. I'm currently making breakfast. It's already gonna be 10 a.m. if it's not already. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna ask the price on the chain link fences by the meter. I need about 8.4 meters, and at least like 50 centimeters tall chain link fence. But I think they sell it by meter, so it's fine. The more, the better, I guess. Just to because when it bounces off the wall, it's not by a lot. It barely like if my wall was 5 to 10 centimeters taller, which is like 3 inches, literally, it's like about 3 to 4 inches. I'm pretty sure it would just bounce back to me without any problems. But that's not the case. So I gotta cope. I gotta save up money to buy that chain link fence. An uncle of mine, like about a year ago, said that he would install it for free. Hopefully, he is still willing to do that, but he told me that I had to buy the material. So I gotta save up because I don't got money. How are you gonna save up? I don't know. I'm already looking into a possible part-time job that respects my training schedule. Oh. And hopefully it actually becomes plausible to work there, so I can have a little bit of income, even if it's not a lot, just at least during the season. There's a bunch of stuff that I gotta buy, and when I say gotta, I literally mean gotta. First off is the fence, so I can keep up with my training and keep getting better without any mishaps, I guess. I don't know. Because it takes time, and it's a pain in the ass to have to run towards the next neighborhood, jump fences, to then grab my ball, then to somehow jump the fence while holding the ball. It's painful. Also, there's the risk of the ball not going to the next neighborhood, but rather behind it, which is literally not possible for me to get it back if that happens. So that's another thing. Also, one time the ball did hit the neighbor's breaker box or something like that. It hit something in the infrastructure of the house that made a lot of noise, and the neighbor got very mad at us because I was with my best friend hooping with him, and I don't want to deal with that, really. Like, I just want to focus on shooting, and if I miss, I don't want to have to fear it going over the fence. So I do deem it necessary to buy that fence. I'm currently just gonna work on my form shooting. No range really. So that's currently my routine. That's just the way it is. I also I had to buy new shoes. The ones I had just gave up, and the ones I had laying around just cost me cost cost CAUSED cost me pain on my shins. So even though they're basketball shoes, I'm not gonna wear shoes that cost me shin splints. Thank you very much. Which is a shame because they were kind of expensive. At least to me, they were like over $170 when I got them last year before I injured my back, and I was expecting those shoes to be the shoes forever, you know. But hey, I guess I just got way too used to wearing barefoot shoes. So I got a new pair of barefoot shoes, and I'm currently training with them. I don't get any pain besides my calf strain or whatever I have going on with my calf. So that's good. And 21 minutes. Hold on. Nah, I'm just gonna finish real quickly. What's the point of this video? To tell you where I'm at, to tell you what's been going on. That's the basketball journey so far. I feel I've lost weight. Doesn't matter though. I need to eat more actually. But I cannot afford to eat the protein, my ideal daily protein intake, because I'm broke, which is sucks. I need to make a video on sponsorships I want. I know that I'm nobody right now, but I gotta like, yo, I want sponsors, and you have not because you asked not. So if I'll make a full video on it later, but Electrolyte, Vivo Barefoot, Normatec, because I'm looking into recovery stuff. Any iSpot company out there, any portable sauna company, anything. I'm really focused on recovery right now because I'm getting a lot of pain below the knees. No knee pain, no hip pain, just calves, shins, all that because of the continuous strain I've been putting my body through right now after the injury. So I really am focused on recovery. I got a game on Saturday. I want to be ready for that. I don't expect this to blow up or anything. This is just something I'm going to keep asking after every video. Normatec boots are like $800. I definitely cannot afford that. An iSpot is probably over $100 or $200 as well. And whatever the thing that makes the water cold is, because I'm not going to buy an ice machine. It's just easier if I buy the thing that changes the temperature of the water. It's also probably above $200. Vivo Barefoot is just the shoe brand that I'm currently wearing. The one that I was training with after I switched from the basketball shoes that caused me pain and got me to no pain. And I'm currently wearing a new pair of Vivo Barefoot shoes, which was, I had to spend what little money I had left on buying them, so it would be great to not have to go through that again, even though these shoes should last at least a year and a half or 2 years, maybe more, because the other shoes I wore for a lot more than just training. Electrolyte is just my favorite drink that's not water, that's not natural or that's somewhat healthy. It literally saved my life once. I'll talk about that in another video. My favorite flavor is cocoa. No, coconut. Yeah, that in Spanish is just called coco. But coconut and fruit punch, those are my two favorite flavors of Electrolyte. And as I've said, they've saved my life before, and right now that I'm trying to be healthy, I cannot buy any, I don't buy sodas or anything, and I don't buy water because I have water at home. So when I'm out and about, I probably buy Electrolyte because they don't sell, there aren't any good lemonade brands out there, which is my second favorite drink. So I just buy Electrolyte, and that calms the the desire to drink something sweet. So yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm sorry for looking into the distance. I struggle with looking at the camera. My handles are getting better. My shooting is getting better. My conditioning is currently getting worse due to my injury. Hopefully that doesn't last too long. My speed was going up. Now it's kind of going down. Unfortunately, my vertical. I'm not sure where I'm at due to my injury. I'm not sure if anything that I've done up to this point is actually bearing fruit or not, because, as I've said, my injury is keeping me from going max effort on anything. So I'll have to wait and see once I get better. So I'm about to eat breakfast. After that, I'm just gonna get ready to go out and check on the chain link fences. Hopefully they're not too expensive, because I am broke. So wish me luck on the financial standpoint. As I've said, sponsorships, even if you're none of the sponsors that I've mentioned before, you're welcome to contact me. Bear in mind, I am not in begging. So if I don't support your product or company, I am not gonna mess with you. And that's just out of self-respect, I guess. Respect for whoever watches this. Respect for the brand that I'm creating, in a way, which is trying to be authentic. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to lie. If I don't use it, plan on using it, enjoy it, whatever. If I don't support it, I'm not gonna endorse it. But I just mentioned the ones that directly have something that I kind of either want or need. Mainly need, because it's all recovery stuff and I really need it right now. But yeah, I don't know if it's whatever, if it's a clothing brand. I don't know. I'm signing out. This is Bigby number 48. Keep your eyes peeled, your ears. I don't know what the saying goes, but just bear in mind, number 48, Bigby on my way to my dream.